Hello, hello. We are now live. Ayan, let me just add here on stage my business partners, my colleagues here, Kuya Joseph and Coach Mildred. Oh, Coach Mildred, you are muted. Okay. Just Ayan. So, hello everybody and welcome to our episode 4 of Your Next Chapter. Yan. I'm very excited to be here today together with two of my colleagues because we are going to discuss something about finance. Yan. Financial security. Why we all want more money. So, this is going to be a two-part episode, just like what we did with the travel podcast travel episode. This is going to be two parts. So this in this part one, we are going to discuss financial security, what it means, and kung ano yung mga naging lessons, mga naging experiences namin with regards to our finances, mga past experiences. And I'm pretty sure you're going to learn a lot from that. Yan. Because we wanted to give more value to our audience, right? So, before we dive in, just a quick introduction about ourselves para naman kilala nyo kami. Ayan. So, let me go first and then I'll hand it over to my colleagues here. So, my name is Arian and I'm a Filipina immigrant here based in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I've been an IT programmer for 12 years in the Philippines, and then I moved here in 2022 to become a student. And then while studying, I also juggled multiple jobs. And then eventually, I landed an IT analyst job. And right now, I'm doing that. And also, I'm a proud digital business owner. So go ahead, Kuya Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So, yeah, my name is Joseph. I am originally from Manila, Philippines, migrated to Canada 1980 with my parents and my siblings. I am a retired IT professional from the banking industry. I have two kids and a wife. I'm also a financial advisor, a financial advocate, I should say, financial advocate, self-taught on financial planning and retirement planning. At the same time, very active on stock market and real estate investing. But what I'm very, very proud of is becoming a digital business owner, such as Ariane and Coach Mildred. So, Coach Mildred, take it away.
Yes, hi everybody. This is Mildred. I am in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and a full-time digital business owner. But before that, I had several careers under my belt. I was a flight attendant for several years, traveled the world because I love adventure. I love traveling, and then came to Canada in 1992, and start over from the beginning. Started in retail, customer service, call center, human resource, and sales and marketing, and went back to my field in social work. Went back to work with a nonprofit organization and the government. And I was looking for a solution for my situation, wanted more passion, more purpose in life, and a better future for me and my family. And I was looking around, had other businesses in the meantime. I also became a licensed financial advisor until I found this. So when I did find this, I recognized right away that this was my answered prayer. And so here I am, 5 years into the business and loving every moment of it. Now I empower and help others to thrive and live their best lives. And I have an adult son and now living in Toronto, living the life. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Thank you, Kuya Joseph, Coach Mildred. And I'm grateful for today because I'm pretty sure lahat kami dito na makikinig sa inyo, we're going to learn a lot from all of your ideas, your knowledge about financial security. But before we dive in, let's make one thing clear. We are not financial experts here. We're not officially financial advisors or planners, but we're only here to give you share with you our personal experiences, our lessons, and the shift that we've made of how we came here today. Share our experiences, the lessons regarding our personal finance. So we are not here to give you professional financial advice, okay? Ayan, para
Disclaimer.
malinaw.
Disclaimer.
Yes, that's a disclaimer. But we want to welcome you here to think of this as a real conversation over coffee, parang coffee date, yeah, where we admit that, of course, there are definitely financial struggles and mistakes, and also the wins that we've had along the way. And our goal is simple, diba? To share with you those experiences for you to be able to reflect on your own relationship with money, and maybe pick up some fresh perspective that could probably help you in your own financial journey. So yeah, for our first before pala our first question, because I can see here there are already viewers. Hello.
Ella. Hi, Ella.
And
Great to see Ella
Mila.
and Mila.
No, Ate
Mila
Mila.
from New Jersey. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And Raquel.
Raquel. Hi,
Raquel.
Raquel.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Thanks for watching. Ayan. So, let's go ahead and answer our first question. Actually, nagpresenta talaga ako to be the host for this episode, because I know that these two here, they are already much more experienced, di ba, than me. So, for our first question, um, syempre ako as a mom, as a young mom then, and then right now I'm in my 30s. Parang lagi pa rin akong um hindi naman sobrang struggle, pero I'm still not over that situation wherein talagang malaking-malaki na yung savings. Parang ganon. We're talking about having enough versus being always worried, kasi nung mas bata ako, parang nagsa-start pa lang yung career, nagsa-start pa lang magkaroon ng
Mhm.
ipon, yung salary,
Mhm.
and ang experience ko is, if you are not ready, kasi as I mentioned before, I had a family early. So, pag hindi ka ready, talagang mahirap. Lalo na if you're not ready financially, mahirap talaga. Talagang mag-improve, yung kung ano yung status ng iyong bank account. So, how about you guys? Growing up, what was your experience? And how did you feel then that you really need the money? Sige, si Coach muna. Coach Mildred.
Wow, mahabang kwento yan.
Sige lang, Coach. We're here to listen.
You know, growing up, for me, it was a pretty, we were taken care of. My parents, they were taking good care of us, siblings, and going to school and all that. I had really no concept, right? I just knew that everything that we needed was available to us. So that's it. Like as a child growing up, grade school and then high school, still like, okay, still no concept. I really didn't know much about, I just know that you have to save and things like that, right? But the other concepts like, saving for a future or investment, of course, that didn't come to me yet. Even university, even when I started working, for me at the time, really, the situation was okay, I'm making money. Like I can spend whatever. I was spending left, right, and center. That was my life. And whenever we would go out, I'd say, hey, ano ba yun sa English? Akong taya ngayon. Ano ba yun? What is that in English?
Nanlilibre.
Manglilibre. Ako manglilibre. Let's have dinner. Let's go, out of town. Let's go to
On me.
Matabungkay. It's on me. It's on me. I had no concept. I was just so generous, really so generous about money. And even when I was a flight attendant, right? So we would go out of the country and we had per diems. That's a lot of money already in Philippine standard, right? When you're flying, and we were earning per diems in US dollars.
Mhm.
So really, the other people that we were flying with, like, it really didn't occur to me yet. Like, okay, they were saving their dollars. For me, oh no, more shopping. Let's go shopping. Let's go. And then my siblings, what do you want? I'm in the States now. What do you want? Okay, buy me this. Okay, okay. I'm in Paris. What do you want? I'm in Australia. What do you want? Talagang puro bigay, bigay. In short, I had no savings. I had no savings, but I was fine with that. I was fine. Kasi, alam mo, at that time, wala talaga akong concept, no? It's only when I came to Canada, no, na
Mm.
nag-ano na ako, teka, sabi ko, oh my gosh, I don't have savings. I better start. So it's only actually now, uh, when I came to Canada, that I learned more about financial concepts. Because really, we're gonna talk more about this, because really financial literacy is so important. This is a topic, this is actually a subject that they should teach in schools,
Yes.
from grade school. So everybody will have a concept of how to save, ganon. Ako talaga, wala talaga. Oh my gosh, shopping. Lalo na when I was a flight attendant. Okay, let's go to Louis Vuitton. I need to buy a bag in Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Ano ha? That is the real kind ha. Hindi galing sa, saan ba yan? Divisoria ba? Green Hills. The real Louis Vuitton.
Boutique.
Ha? Where?
Sa boutique talaga.
Boutique yan.
Ayan.
Yes, talaga.
Sabi
Oh
ni
yes.
Rock.
I was spending, but I did not have any concept talaga. I was just very generous. I love to make my family happy. My cousins, my uncles, And at that time, hindi pa uso yung, pag Christmas, you have all these special stuff. Ako magdadala niyan. Yung mga grapes, ganyan. Wala pa yan dati sa atin. Rustans lang, di ba? Grapes, apples, oranges. Yes, dala ko lahat yan. Bili ng I want a new tennis racket. I want the new rubber shoes. Ganyan. Okay, sige. Ala, baka lahat. Gusto ko ng sapatos. Oh, may maganda doon. Ferragamo. Oh, let's get that Ferragamo. I actually had a
Wow.
couple of pairs of Ferragamo shoes, right? Yeah. So at that time, wala akong concept. It was only now that I learned. I said, oh my gosh, if I had known, ang dami ko na sigurong pera talaga na save.
Grabe. I can also relate, Coach, kasi for a time, ganyan din ako. Nanlilibre din ako.
Yeah.
Nung
Libre.
mga first few years of working, kasi
Yeah.
parang din ka palang kumita ng sarili mong pera. It was a
Yeah.
very nice feeling na you
Mhm.
know that you can earn, money on your
Yeah.
own, right? Na
Yeah.
hindi nanggagaling kung kanino. And
Mhm.
so parang okay, splurge because we don't have an idea yet about saving, ganyan.
I had no
Tapos
concept.
Starbucks tayo, yan yung mga uso
All
sa
I knew was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get per diems. I'm gonna get $700 per flight, right? Or $1,000 Europe flight, or US $700. And we're just away a few days, right? 7 days, ganyan. Tapos nakikita ko yung iba talaga nagtitipid. They're really saving the money. So why are you saving? Let's go. They don't buy anything.
Oh my
They they eat in the room, in the hotel. Ay, ako wala. Let's go out. Let's go to the
outside.
restaurant. Let's go. Shopping.
Ayan, sabi ni Ella, good thing I tuned in about financial pala ito. Yeah,
Yes, Ella.
I relate.
You cannot just buy all these luxurious goods, right? No, because I still have my Louis Vuitton, right? It's worth a lot right now. But really, right now, I don't care anymore. Like, even my jewelry, like, it's just, like, it's not important to me now. Buying all these expensive things, right? More important is, yeah.
Okay.
Madami pa tayong pag-usapan yan.
We'll talk more
Marami.
about that. So, ikaw naman, Kuya Joseph.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with
How are
me,
you growing up?
with me naman, so I was in the Philippines when I was still in 12 years old now. So back then, I knew money was tight. Money was hard to earn. um, I didn't know really what financial security meant. No, sabi ng parents ko, always try to save, always try to save, always save, save, save. So, yun na nasa utak ko at the time. But I knew it was difficult being in the Philippines, third world country. My parents are working so hard just to put money on the table, but at the same time, we also had to worry about unexpected expenses, emergencies, right? Yung mga, healthcare and stuff like that. So I knew it was difficult, but my parents had to teach us to prioritize. Na, since money is tight, let's prioritize by spending our money towards food, grocery, schooling, and stuff like that, right? Just to survive, right? It's all about survival at that point. It's not so much of even dreaming about whatever's beyond, diba? So it was really tight, and I know I can say now we really needed the money, of course, and then at the same time, I would say na it was always something na a struggle for us family. Kaya we really learned hard to save. Pero one thing I'll remember that I'll share with you, when we migrated to Canada, I don't know, I think Arian, you probably weren't even born yet. Pero Coach Mildred, do you remember that show Family Ties?
Yes.
Family
Yes.
Ties with Michael J. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So my inspiration during that time was when he had an episode where he was saying that he can determine uh, the coin value by the drop of the piggy bank. By dropping the coin in the piggy bank, he will know how much the coin was just by the drop into his piggy bank.
Yes.
That was my inspiration to start sort of parang saving, kasi he taught me something that inspired me about how to save in life. So Michael J. Fox has always been someone that's I look up to. So that's how it all started. Anyway, we'll talk about it more, pero that's how I started thinking about financial security, is through him, Michael J. Fox.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. But,
So
Wow.
but Kuya,
Arian,
did you
you don't
ever?
know you don't know that show, right?
No.
Do not try to explain.
Family
I
Ties.
will not understand.
Family Ties. Yeah.
But did you ever feel, Kuya, that when did you feel that you need, the money? Like, because you've always known na you have to save, pero yung talagang need, like, when did you realize that you really need money?
Well, it's when we all started going to school. Meron mga expenses, meron things that I have to buy myself then, right? Clothes or things that I want to do for my schooling or my hobby, even a bicycle or something, right? Parang nafe-feel ko siya na there's definitely that need eventually to have the money and at the same time spend it for your interest, for your needs, right? So siguro nga around that age, that's when I also felt it. Kasi 12 years old, I was starting high school, second year high school, I think, at the time. So at
Wow.
that time, we were trying to be independent na rin, right? So that's when I felt it really. It's
Mm.
everyday life, everyday struggle.
Ayan, sabi ni Ella, it's a fulfilling feeling because you earned that money. Yes, that's why you feel like you deserve to
Buy
splurge.
now.
Yeah,
Buy now,
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
later. That's so
Yes,
true.
Edna.
Kasi in the Philippines, when you are single, tapos kumikita ka, tapos, di
Oh,
ba, parang
yeah.
pag sumahod ka, you want to like splurge na,
Yeah.
pinaghirapan ko to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I deserve it. The feeling, I
Yeah.
deserve this. Yeah. So you treat everybody.
Oh, Raquel knows.
Oh yeah,
All
she
right,
does
and
every
you do
time.
know. Yes, there you go.
Right. So, yan.
Family.
So, going to our next question. When did you think the mindset shift to pursue financial security naman start?
Mhm.
Like, paano talaga nag-shift na, oh my gosh, kailangan kong makaipon talaga for myself or my family, or paano talaga ako magiging secured?
Mhm.
Yan. Sino mauna, Kuya?
Yes, Joseph.
Oh,
Come on.
me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Tony
yeah.
Montana.
Alternate na lang kayo.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I would say no. When I started thinking about that, yung I started with Michael J. Fox, pero that was just obviously theoretical, diba?
Mm.
Pero I really started thinking about financial security when I started working, and that's at the age of 18. Really, 18.
Wow,
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
that's
you know what?
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I think the age of 18. Although I worked part time during high school years, I worked part time. That time naman very casual lang after school. I work part time. But
But
it's
you're
when
already here, Kuya, in Canada.
yeah, yeah. I was already here in Canada. Yeah.
Mm,
So
mhm.
um, yeah. So when I entered the workforce full time, that's when I started uh, thinking about, oh, what kind of financial benefits can I start now that I have a full time job? And
Mhm.
how it all started then is the companies had benefits, right? So profit sharing plans, right, with the company. So imagine, if an employee puts in $1, the company will put in 50 cents.
Mm.
So
Wow.
that's not bad of a profit sharing, diba? So I
Mhm,
took
mhm.
advantage of that. That's how I really started uh, purchasing, our RRSP, registered retirement savings plan.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that's also, so I started it at age of 18. That's why, I was able to, um, thank goodness I was able to retire early because of that, right? So, but it really started when I started to work, and thinking about more of, okay, what's my future will be. Siyempre, you want to start buying a car, maybe start a family, save for kids' education and stuff like that, right? So I would say that's the time that I really started thinking about financial security. So it's very early. I think to me, 18 is very early,
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's early.
uh,
Yeah.
early
It's
age,
good
right?
that you already knew that at so young an age.
Yeah, but that's only because I started work at that, at
Mhm,
that age,
mhm.
and then I found out about these company benefits, diba?
Yeah.
And I took advantage of that. And also, we also have company pension plan as well, so that's also another thing. So yeah, it was now these days. I feel that those people are lucky that have company benefits, kasi uh, more and more companies now are removing that type of benefits for their employees, right? So yeah, so that's really how my mind shifted. It is really at the age of 18, and when I started working.
I also believe na medyo matured ba, Kuya? Kung paano ka mag-isip, you're kind of mature because you're
Matured.
well, or
Mhm.
maybe also kasi dito sa Canada, yun talaga yung tinuturo.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Well,
Kasi yeah,
Not
kasi yung
all though. Not
no,
all
yeah,
not
in
all
Canada.
yeah. That's a very very good question, Aryan. Kasi
Mhm.
financial planning or investing, it's really not taught anywhere
Yeah, it's not
in
in school.
Canada. Or
It should be taught in the school systems.
mm,
yes, they
Yeah.
should have a subject
Yes.
specifically for
Very
financial
crucial.
planning and investing. Talaga, it's
Mhm, mhm.
kasi it's a life changing event and a life changing opportunity for families that are really starting from scratch, diba?
Yeah,
Even if
it's a
you're
life skill. It's a
yeah,
life skill.
even if you're an individual, it really helps, right? Kaya to
Yes.
me, if there's anything, I would definitely agree with Coach Mildred that it should be taught in school, even from high school to university. It should be taught. Yeah.
Yes.
wow,
Agree. Agree.
I
Yeah,
see. Okay.
very different kami ni Joseph, no?
Sige, Coach Mildred, what's your experience? Yan.
I'm telling you, you know, in life, I think it really all depends on your surroundings,
Mm,
who you grow up with, who influences you. If you're surrounded with people who know about finances, about savings, retirement, investments, retirement planning, financial planning, then you get to know that too. So I'm not saying that I wasn't exposed to that, but you know, my I I'm so thankful, of course, to my parents for taking good care of us. And I didn't even have to think about financial worries, because in the Philippines, most of the time, the parents take care of everything until university. They pay for your education, you live at home, lahat. Pagkain, wala, right? And I didn't have to work until I finished university. It was just the last semester of university that I said, oh, I think I want to work. And so I worked full time and I went to school at night. So the last semester only was when I started um, working. But still, I still did not have that concept about saving. I remember my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, was the one who was teaching me when I was still in kindergarten. We would save like coins first until it came to like $10, and we would go to the bank to save it, right? But that didn't last long. It was only for a season, right? And then, so when she passed, that also, I forgot about that. It was only now, here in Canada, in the later years now, that I realized, oh my gosh, I am not ready to retire. I don't have any, I have savings, but it's not really enough to sustain me until, you have to think of how long are you going to live, like 80, 90, 100. So you have to prepare for all those years, like forecasting, right? So it was only then. So right now, it's like, for me, it's like crunch time, crunch time, because all the other things that Joseph was talking about, like RSPs and all of that, I did not take advantage of that, right?
Wow.
There were so many things that, especially here in Canada, that we could
Mm.
actually avail of, right? And I knew, but then it's like nobody in my circle talks about that anyway. So I don't know. So I did do that, and that's why it's important to really, you are blessed if you're surrounded with people who are knowledgeable about that, because then you will be influenced, right? It's a good influence. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, growing up.
That's why I stick with you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of golden nuggets. What to do and what not to do.
But seriously, I was like you, Coach Mildred. My parents were we are not really well off, but they worked hard. And so
Yeah.
when they were studying, they were also working at a young
Mhm.
age.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so they didn't like for us to work at that young age. And so they want us to finish first before we work kasi daw pag nagustuhan naming mag-work, hindi na kami magtatapos. So that was the idea. So hindi rin ako pinayagan. So I didn't get to learn how to really save at a young age. And in my case, ako din, I think it's just now na I'm realizing that I have to hurry, to rush na. Kasi I want my golden years to be comfortable.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, that and
Mhm.
that's why I said I'm sticking to this circle because di ba,
Wait.
I'm
Uh,
learning a lot.
yeah, wait for part two.
Yes,
Wait for
That's
part
yes,
right.
two.
There's
You
so
you
much
will
more.
yeah.
yes.
There's
Oh,
so
wait, we
much
have
more.
we have more comments here. Ayan. I'm learning the hard way. How I wish someone told me that before. Yes, that's so
Correct, Ella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Mildred. It should be taught in school. Yes.
Yes, correct.
I was actually thinking about that, like for my sons, like, are they going to learn that learn that in school?
Yeah.
And many started with a piggy bank, but there was no more teaching from parents after
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
Sadly,
True.
sadly, that's
Yeah.
most
True.
But
of us.
one thing I want to answer Ella's comment. It's never too late.
Never too
It's
late. You're
never
still
too late.
young,
Never
Ella.
too late. Yeah, yeah. Especially with what's available out there for us now, it's not
Yes.
too late. And we can talk about that in our part two or maybe
Yes,
later.
there's
But
so
yeah,
much. There's so
there's so
much
much,
learning.
so much options, so much
Yeah,
options.
Yes.
yeah, definitely. Ayan.
Mhm.
So with all of those that you shared, those experiences from when you were younger up to now that you're realizing that financial security is really necessary. What does it mean to you now, then and now? And when and probably where, if you have a specific like situation wherein you realize the true concept and meaning of financial security. Kasi iba yung kasi we know financial literacy, like Coach Mildred said. We know financial literacy, but financial security is different. Like when and how and where have you ever realized that true concept and meaning?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sige, Coach.
When did we realize, asan yung question ulit? Because we might forget. When we did realize that financial literacy is actually key. Not a lot of people know about that, right? That's why when I
Mhm.
was a financial advisor, it was then that I found out, oh my gosh, there are so many available concepts available to us that we can take advantage of, right? Yung mga savings, investments, RSP, RESP, retirement, ano yung RESP? Educational Savings Plan, right?
Yeah.
Registered Educational Savings Plan. So that I learned a long time ago. But the others, the RSP, it was only when I became a financial advisor. And that's why I'm so grateful that I also, vested myself in that. I was licensed, we had to take the exams and all that. And so I learned all of these concepts. Oh my gosh, there's so many. How come I never learned all of that? And so from then on, and that is when, even before that, right? Even before that, being a financial advisor, at one point, uh, when I was actually married and we got divorced. So my son was still young. But then I knew that God still had a plan for us to have our own home, right? So I put that in my vision board. I already was doing vision boards years before we were doing it now. And one of that was our home and a car. Because at that time, starting up, when that happened, I had to get rid of my brand new car and get an old car, but with gold trimmings. You know what the gold trimmings are? Like all the rust, mga gold trimmings, mga rust sa kotse, binigay ng kapatid ko. Okay, I have to do this because I know that I have to save really to get our own home. Do you know in less than 3 years, I saved, I cut down, nagbaon ako, I don't go to Tim Hortons, I make my own coffee, I make my own sandwiches, and to the point that, I make a joke out of it, right? Alam mo yung, maski butas yung medyas mo, hindi ka bibili ng bagong medyas.
Yes.
Like, it's a joke, right? We Filipinos said, ano yun, butas medyas mo. But it's French. But I did not buy any new clothes. I did not buy like before because I love clothes. I love bags. I love shoes and all that. I would shop and shop, right? I really cut down. But can you imagine in 3 years from zero savings, zero. I took advantage all of the bank, the RRSPs and all of that, right? I was able to save enough down payment to buy my first home. So it's possible, even if
It
you are by
is
yourself.
doable. Yeah.
It's doable. You just have to concentrate on hone down. Okay, no more unnecessary expenditures, right?
Mhm.
No more. I cannot just go to Costco and just buy $200,
Buy in bulk.
$300, right? No Costco, nothing, right? Talagang cut down. It is doable, but of course you got to make the sacrifice. So that
Yes.
was that time that I learned that it's really important. You have to, because otherwise nobody else is there. You have to do it yourself. You got
Yeah.
to learn it.
Actually kami din nung first year, Coach, we used to also buy from Costco. Tapos sa isang trip, nakakawa, 200, $300.
Yes,
Oh my God. And then when I
it's a
realized
trap.
it's too
It's a
much,
trap.
yeah, it's too much. And sometimes nga pagka yung food yung in bulk, may mga nasisira, sayang,
Yeah, yeah.
right? We already stopped
Mhm,
buying
mhm, mhm.
buying goods from Costco
Yeah.
kasi apat lang naman kami. Hindi
Eh, sabi
namin
nga,
kailangan
dalawa lang
magano
eh.
marami.
Ariane, you're four. Us, there's only two of us, but I still go to Costco. I said, okay, I think I have to look at this again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Kuya Joseph.
Yeah. Sorry, what's the question again?
Ayan.
Okay. Um, Yeah. So what does financial security mean to you then? And okay, so back then, financial security meant ano lang, paying bills, avoiding debt, trying to save as much as you can. But now, it's more about financial security is more about freedom. It's
Mhm.
freedom of from the constant worry, being
Yeah.
free to
Yeah.
that freedom to make your choices, freedom to enjoy life without being controlled by money, right?
Mhm.
So to me, that was to
That's
me
so
that's
wonderful.
that yeah, because I mean, obviously we learn through our life experiences, right? So that's how we grow. But in a nutshell, you eventually, especially when you start a family, yeah, your priorities do change. Not about yourself; it's about your family itself, right? So that it's just a no that's just a normal turn of events, right? Diba? So in your next question is when and where have you realized the true concept of meaning of financial security? So to me, again, when I started working talaga is when I started and having, well, I started working 18. I kind of had a sort of a foundation, how to save, how to invest, and then by the time that I got married, that's when things start to sink in. Diba? And now I'm no longer just responsible for myself. I'm also responsible for my new family. And as a matter of fact, I remember when I was working, I was also helping my brother's tuition, university tuition, when I was working before I got married. So yeah, so I had responsibilities. So when
Mhm.
having a responsibility, it gives you it forces you to think about
Yeah. Yeah.
financial security, right? So yeah, very boring, not like so much of fun with Coach Mildred, but but I did buy Coach Mildred. I did buy clothes, like the polo shirt, mga dating
Yeah.
branded shirts,
Yeah.
right, and signature shirts. So I did buy those, but I stopped when I got married. I stopped and focused on more of my kids, I guess, investments and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But I think no, kuya, it's a huge advantage that you started so early.
Yes.
It's a
You
Yeah,
were
huge
yeah.
already knowledgeable. You knew. You
yeah.
knew already what you needed to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I must
And
say,
then,
yeah, it is. It definitely. So when you talk to an investor or a financial advisor, they always recommend that you start as early as possible because
Yes.
the duration, right, the long duration is towards your benefit, right? The
Mhm.
longer the
yeah.
Yeah.
horizon, the better off when you start investing early, right? But well, I mean, we can talk about another. Maybe again, it's part two, because there is definitely something that you just mentioned earlier. Now, even Ella mentioned, no, that she wished that she knew it sooner. Well,
Sooner.
now these days, it's not so much of soon anymore because there are other, I would say, solutions available to
Mhm.
reach those financial security goals. So anyway,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's my answer, and we'll talk about it more after.
Yan, abangan yan sa
Yeah.
next
Abangan. Oh
part
my
2.
gosh, ang dami. Ang daming
And
pag-uusapan.
oh, Ella was sharing too. When I became a mom, that's really my turning point.
Yes.
As 1 month old,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
started my daughter's RESP,
10
and she's
months.
10 months now. Wow.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah.
good. Very good. Good
Yes.
job.
It's also for us in our case, it's also good that you are aware just by
Mhm.
kasi wala kaming ano kuya eh. Although we have family here. Pero we are not super super close to the point na we're open with those kind of
Topics.
information. Yeah.
Mhm. Mm.
So nag-YouTube YouTube lang kami. Kami mag-asawa. And that's how we learned about those, yung RRSP,
Yeah.
RESP, yan.
Yeah.
Doon pa lang namin nalaman. So now we are also starting to build that
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Mhm.
Yan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my advice would be is that each person or each family's unique situation all the time. So it's
Yes,
never comparable to others.
that's right.
Yeah. When you have a discussion with your financial advisor, just make sure that it's really more about your personal goals and your what do you call it? Your vision for the
Mm.
family itself. Kasi minsan they sort of uh, move towards a different kumbaga sa portfolio or solution, whatever suggestion you always have to always focus on your needs, your goals, and your priorities, right? So,
Mm.
so I mean, if you want, we can have a discussion with your with your husband, and I can definitely give you some
Wow.
pointers.
Oh,
Wow.
Mm.
1-on-1.
Oh yeah,
Free session.
of course. No, that's what I want to do talaga. I really want to share
Thank
to
you,
our
Kuya.
Yeah.
to our
Yeah.
viewers
Knowledge. Yeah.
these financial decisions that you should
Mhm,
be making.
mhm.
Pero what I'm saying too is that just because they're available doesn't mean it's good for you, huh? Yung
Yeah.
mga
Yeah.
you have to pick. You have to pick based on
Yes.
your situation, based
Mhm.
on your risk factor, based on your goals, based on your plan. You can choose whatever. The idea is to have the options available to you, and you pick which one's
Mhm.
best for you and
Yeah.
your
And it
family.
should be highly personalized, no?
Oh,
Kasi
Yes,
yes.
that's
iba
why
talaga ang
Yes.
situation.
very unique, very unique per individual and per family, right? So
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
kaya the financial advisor should never lead you towards, oh, this family did this, you should do this. No, it doesn't work that
No.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Because
loving
another thing too, right? Arian, you're still a young family. Growing
Yes.
pa yung kids mo, right? Ang
Yeah.
dami you have a lot of expenses. Yung mga ano pa no, the expenses coming to Canada, right? So
Yes.
those. And then moving to a new place and
Mhm.
Yeah.
then rearing your kids. So I find that the young families hardly have enough left over for
Mhm.
saving. Very tight that area. If you have some extra, then that's excellent. But most of the time, wala talaga. Kulang pa nga eh, di ba?
Yes.
Kulang na kulang. Kaya nga,
You're on
that's
point
why
there,
I
Coach.
know because I was there because kulang na kulang. And that's why a lot of parents now are looking for supplemental income. That's why
Yes.
this digital business that we're doing
Yes.
is really, helping a lot of families change people's lives
Yes.
because it's really a big help to the families. A relief na meron, oh my gosh, there's extra income that I don't
Yes.
have to be physically there, right? Be physically absent from my family to go there or be physically absent from my first job to do this because
Yes.
yun ang importante. Kasi, yes, when you're young, you don't have enough left over
Mm.
with a young family.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a challenge there too.
Yeah.
Ayan, super budgeted talaga.
Oh, yes.
Magka-age ba tayo?
Baka magka-age kayo ni Ella.
Yeah, we
Baka
can
yan, 10 months pa lang eh.
Super
Bagets
budget.
and bagets.
Yes,
Millennial.
that's so true. Super budgeted. But I actually wanted to ask a bonus question. Ay, may bonus question.
Yes.
Madali lang naman to. Pero just before we ask the wrap-up question, how important is it? Kasi nako-compare ko from, living in the Philippines for a long time and then coming here to Canada. How important is it to have that government support? Yung mga accounts na yon that we have, like the registered accounts and all. How important is it?
Oh my gosh. Napaka-importante nun.
Kuya
Really.
Joseph.
Oh, diba? Ang
okay.
dami.
Coach,
So,
you want to go first, or you want me to go? You want to go first, Coach?
Go first. Go first.
Oh, okay.
Ikaw naman ngayon.
Yeah. So very good question, Ariana. Ikaw talaga, you're so smart.
Sorry
Yeah,
na,
she did her
bonus
research.
question.
Yeah. Ano, talaga
You did your
nag-research
research.
ka. You're incredible talaga. But before I answer that question, I want to tell you, Ariane, that you are starting in a very, very good position. You are.
Yes.
You are. Kasi back then, we all have to learn and save and invest the traditional way. Pero now, with this business, you are doing much, much better and you're a better position to reach yung financial goal mo and the freedom with this digital business. So I will leave it at that for now. But to answer your question, it is very, very important to have that type of government benefit. Okay, pero it comes with taxation planning. It comes with taxation,
Mm.
and if you plan to, let's say, so your plan is to earn the government pension here in Canada, and if you plan to move and retire somewhere else, which a lot of people are doing, like Americans and Canadians and Europeans, because they want to stretch their dollar, their savings, it's very important that there is that government treaty with the other country. Because why? Because when you retire from, let's say, from Canada, you worked in Canada for 20, 30 years, tapos you want to take your pension plan sa Philippines, right? Philippines will not tax you. You will pay tax in Canada, but Philippines will not tax you. And that's what the treaty is all about, right? So imagine if you're going to take your pension towards another country, that other country that doesn't have a treaty will tax you as well. They will tax you. So double taxation, right? So that's one benefit. The other benefit is, I think a lot more people are now pressured with the rising cost of living. So North America, so Europe, and now they're moving towards the third world countries again to stretch their dollar, right? So imagine you're taking your pension plan, your Canadian dollars or US dollars into a country that is exchange rate is what, 50 to 1, right? Or 42 to 1, right? So you can live a lot longer. So there's a new destination, and at the same time, you are earning in dollars, and you can live more comfortably. Right? A lot of citizens are doing this now because they're trying to get away from paying the taxes. And what I'm talking about taxes is not just income tax, but also all the the grocery, the fuel tax, everything, all the taxes, right? Yeah, a lot more people are moving towards the other country. So I did a video, I did a video, go live video about that, and I said to our fellow Filipinos that worked in Canada or worked in the United States for like 30 or 40 years, and now they have their built-in pension plan. Imagine yung mga bagong mga Pilipino, their vision could be work in Canada or US for 20, 30 years and then migrate back. And now they have guaranteed income, right? So it's sure you have to devote yourself, you have to work hard for 20 to 30 years. Pero, and if your heart is set talaga sa other country or Philippines or even Spain or whatever, it can be done. Kasi that government benefit is a huge factor for you to survive for your future, diba? So that's my answer.
Yeah. Yung help na yun, nakakataas ng value ng money.
Yeah.
If we bring it to other countries, third world countries, na mas malaki yung value ng pera natin.
Yeah.
We can stretch it out more.
And I know the next question would be, well, how much is medical insurance, right?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, there are insurance companies sa Philippines, Pacific Cross. I'm not advertising, by the way. I am not affiliated with Pacific Cross, but they have a very good medical insurance in the Philippines where it's affordable. At the age of 65, when you migrate over there, you will end up paying $400 or $300 a month. $300 a month. Can you imagine? And how much taxes are you paying in Canada, right? So to me, it's cheaper to invest on Pacific Cross because you get 5 million pesos coverage in their policy. Right? So
parang research mo na to, kuya.
May research na yan.
And Barcelona, Spain.
Oh my gosh.
Good healthcare system. They have the best, I think.
Yes.
Portugal and Spain.
Yes.
They have very good medical system, right? And they're affordable. Even Mexico. Mexico is good too, right? So
and that's why I think there's a lot of Filipinos now who are taking advantage of that and taking that they can have a Spanish citizenship as well.
Yeah.
I have some friends already moved there.
Yeah, so for Filipino descent.
Yes.
So actually,
Spanish descent.
For normal citizenship to go to Spain, like Europeans, 10 years, right? 10 years to be a citizen. Yeah. But if you're Filipino, 2 years, you'll be a citizen.
Oh.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of that now. Yeah.
That's so quick.
Which is excellent. At least they have a choice. Yes. This is life. It's all about choice, right? At least you have a choice. If you don't have money, wala kang choice. Yeah. If you have money, you have more choices. Simple. Yeah. It's as simple as that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, ano sabi ni Ella?
Yeah. Kuya Joseph, para kang si ChatGPT.
Of course, ChatGPT yan. Of course, expert
din. Wala kaya tato si Kuya Joseph mag-retire sa imo.
No. Because
only when it comes Yeah, only when it comes to financial planning and retirement planning. But for cooking, no, not that.
Ah, no, because you were also affiliated with a major bank here in
Yeah,
Canada. So
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
all the knowledge there, banking, what's
yeah.
available in Canada and the world and all that. So that's a wealth of information you have there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Tons,
awesome.
tons.
And thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us all. We're learning from you, right? We're
Yeah. May
learning from each
dadagdag ka pa
other.
dun, Coach
Ano
Mildred?
yun?
May idadagdag ka pa dun. What do you think? What's your view about like the help of the government with regards to, those.
Mas alam ni Joseph yun yung mga ganun.
Okay.
So, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's good.
It's
Talagang if
big.
you know that, take advantage of it.
And
Yeah,
I bet there are a lot of tips pa on how we can really manage yung mas more detailed in our
Mhm.
next episode, right? Kuya, may
Yes.
dadagdag ka pa?
well, so the one thing that I will add na lang, right? Yung government, yung sasabi mong government benefit, that government benefit turns into your guaranteed income for life. And as a financial advisor, that's what they're looking for is guaranteed income for life. Kasi hindi mo malalaman kung kailan ka
Yeah.
mamamatay, right? You
Lugi.
don't know. So by having guaranteed income, which is one of it is the government, right? Pension. By having the government income, guaranteed income, you're set for life.
Yeah.
Okay, golden nuggets right there. So, this is our last question to wrap up our session. We have a lot of things that we've shared already here, but I'm pretty sure there are still a lot more coming in our next episode. But to wrap this session up, what are the top 3 most important lessons that your experiences, yung mga pinagkwentuhan natin, Kuya, taught you about setting up yourself to financial stability? Yan. Yung mga most important lessons that you think we should know, especially us who are younger, in the younger generation. Kung magsa-start kami ngayon, ano yung pinaka-importanting nuggets that we can get?
Oh, Joseph.
Which Mildred, ikaw, you have to.
Alternate.
Question again, please.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Sure. What was the question again, Ariane?
The top 3 most important lessons, Coach, that you want to share to us in younger generations, yan, from your experiences in setting up yourself to financial stability.
Now that you know this, learn more about financial literacy. Find out more about what you can do. Go to the bank or speak to a financial advisor, right? Remember, there was a disclaimer. We are not experts here. We are just sharing our experiences, right? But for more information, you need to speak to your bank or a financial advisor or a financial institution, right, of your choice. So really, if you know already this, if you know of these concepts, by all means, learn more about it so you can start young. The younger you start, because the younger you start, what happens if you're investing? Compound interest. Oh my gosh, compound interest. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if you save so many dollars a month, like, right? And then through the years, because of compound interest, it adds up. It really adds up. So the earlier you start, the better, right? And then if there are any other programs that the government has or your work has, right? Like they match your RSP or your pension, diba? If they match it, avail of that because everything that you do adds up. Everything that you do. And then surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable about it so you can learn more about it talaga, right? And you're never too young or never too late to really learn this because I just learned this, right? So you're never too late. So just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And surround yourself now with people who are knowledgeable and get the information, right?
Yes. Awareness is key, di ba?
Awareness is key.
Yes.
True. We should
Yeah.
not be living under the rock.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach Mildred. Kuya Joseph, go.
Yeah. So 3 things. So number 1, I would say discipline is everything, right? When it comes to
Oh my gosh,
financial
diyan yata kami
stability.
bagsak, kuya.
No, it's
Lalo na
okay.
ako, nung una talaga.
No, may secret dyan, so don't worry. Not to worry. So sa akin, discipline is really, you have to have a discipline kasi it's really everything. It's a foundation that sets you towards success. So, you save, you invest, you manage your spending wisely. And actually, Ariane, I already heard you say those things kasi nga, when you were traveling, you're already budgeting, right? So
Yeah.
in a way, so I heard that from you already. So number one is discipline. Number two, I would say is come come up with multiple income streams as much as you can. So what I mean by that is not so much of a current income stream. Sure, it'd be good if you can come up with multiple income streams, pero also what we talked about earlier, yung company pension, yan, yung mga company benefits. Try to diversify yourself and come up with multiple income stream. Maybe not now, but for the future, right? So income stream also starting a digital business or starting with affiliate marketing and stuff like that. That's also another income stream, and do it part-time or something, right? And do it something that works around your time, right? So para wala masyadong pressure. And then thirdly is invest in yourself and your mindset, right? To me, that's the key talaga. Kasi especially when you have a family, you really have to push yourself to the limit and also want to explore and research what the future holds, especially. One thing, like us project managers, we don't like surprises, diba? So you have to sort of plan. And I know Coach Mildred knows this because she was a financial advisor before. So as much as possible, you want to secure your future, right? And you don't want any surprises. So you come up with ways as to how you can stabilize your lifestyle and just doing research, right? Doing research and being very, what do you call this? Being resourceful, right? So, and that's really how it all started for me. And believe me, like, when it comes to financial literacy and, retirement planning, I don't have a problem sharing what I have right now because, as a matter of fact, my vision is continue to publicize these type of topics because I really just want to help people learn and educate them so that they can have a meaningful conversation with their financial advisors, right? Because I'll tell you something, and I feel sorry for my financial advisors because I challenge them. I challenge them because from what I learned, from what I know, sometimes when they tell me things, I don't agree on. And it could be because they got used to saying the same thing, same solution to others, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's unique to my situation. It's unique to my risk tolerance. It's unique to a lot of factors, right? A lot of things to consider. But I challenge them because there are things that they tell me that sometimes I need to correct them, right? Somehow. So you also have to be what you call what's that thing called? You have to be
Advocate. You got to be an advocate, or
you have to be an advocate, but at the same time, you cannot let your guard down, right?
oh,
That's why, like you said, awareness, education is the key.
Actually, Raquel has a question here, Kuya.
Sure.
Yeah, before
Oh,
we end, ayan, are some of these financial advisors really give you the information to benefit you for your future? Ayan, nangingiti ka na.
oh my gosh.
I know.
Good question, Raquel.
very, very good question. And
Yes.
and so to answer your question, yes. I mean, there are financial advisors that are really, really good, and they, sometimes obviously they try to sell you the products because they get commissions from the company. But there are financial advisors out there that they really mean well towards your concern and towards your future. So what I would recommend is that never ever get a financial advisor where your investments and savings, our bank accounts are in. You should always get a third party financial advisor.
Yes.
Never, although it's free, sure, get a free advice from the banks because that's where your investments and accounts are. No problem, but get a third party financial advisor that you can sort of build a rapport and trust and see what they say, because that way you'll know if the financial advisors with the company or with the bank is luring you towards
There's
their
no
products and
bias.
services.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And you
So
can talk, they can talk to two or three financial advisors and stick with
yeah,
the one that you feel comfortable with, right? You're
yes,
not
yeah,
stuck with one. You
yes,
talk
yeah,
and you make your choice, right? You
yeah,
Yeah.
work, make your choice out of, oh,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
goodness.
learning a lot here. Yeah,
there's
nakaka-relate ako super.
yeah, no, you know
Oh,
what,
Kasi
good,
sabi
there
ni
good,
are
Ella,
good.
in Goodness
there are
Credit
so
Community,
much
I'm
there
learning
are
so
so
much.
much topics
Yes.
to learn, and there are so many questions really, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping talaga na I can help others to sort of get some awareness and learn from these things, because just because someone says it, it's the right thing for you or your family, right? So you got to really sometimes challenge it, uh, challenge them with with your concerns, and they're not always right? So you just
Yeah.
have to make sure that it's the right decision for you by, again, educating and creating that awareness. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my answer. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kuya.
That's
Because
great.
I think there is fear there when we talk to a financial advisor and we think
Yeah.
that they are just trying to sell us something,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's also their business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and I think we can also allot an episode for that.
Yes, we have an episode
We
two, huh?
can,
Part two.
yeah, and because this is very engaging because it's
Yeah.
our personal finances. Like we know that money is not the end all be all, but it seeps in through different facets of our life. Like laging magiging problema if it's always a financial problem,
You
right?
can,
So
you cannot escape it. It's the
yes,
inevitable. It's
yes,
inevitable.
Yeah.
yun
Yeah.
yung word doon talaga. We cannot
Mm.
escape it.
Yeah.
Ayan. Ayan, sabi ni Raquel. Maybe she
Yes.
also had a different experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yan. So stay tuned, Raquel. So we'll probably
Next
tackle that
episode.
in another episode. Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. Thank you, Coach Mildred, Kuya Joseph, for all of your knowledge that you shared. Yeah, it's very valuable, especially for us younger generations who are trying to build our wealth as well.
Yeah.
And even for us we already like found our side hustle, or like working on this part-time right now. It's a big help kasi
Mhm.
we don't want to repeat the same mistakes, right? Nung nagtatrabaho tayo the first time that that we work, and then first time nakakuha ng salary and splurge. Of course we don't want to repeat those same mistakes, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and we want to leave you with this. So money is more than numbers in our bank accounts. It
Mm-hmm.
is always tied, like I said earlier, it's always tied to our peace of mind, to the choices that we make, to the kind of life that we want for ourselves and for our loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So if that really matters to you, take a moment tonight or maybe this week to reflect, what really does financial security mean to you? 'Di ba? Am I surviving or already building the wealth, building the stability na
Mm-hmm.
magla-last talaga until, your very last days. And remember that it's not about having it all figured out, but taking small intentional steps that move you closer to the life that you
Yeah.
really want.
Mhm.
'Di ba? So yeah. And so next week, we're going to do the part 2, and we're
Yes.
very excited about that kasi I'm pretty sure mas marami pang tips ang manggagaling sa kanila.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we're going
Yeah.
to talk about the best money moves at every stage of life. Kung 20s ka, nasa 20s ka, 30s, 40s, and beyond. And so
Yes.
that you can make smarter decisions, right? For your
Wow.
day.
That's awesome.
Nakaka-excite. Na-excite ako.
Excited din ako.
So, yan. That's it from us. Ayan, are we surviving or thriving? Sabi niya.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And thank you so much to our audience. They're very engaged.
Yes.
Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Ella. Who else is here? Let me see. Mila.
Mila. Mila
Yeah,
was here earlier.
yeah.
And
Thank you.
also to
And
the others that are
yes,
going to watch
and
the
those
replay.
for those of you who will watch the replay, Thank you for all your support, and we hope that we really gave value to you today. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for this time with you guys, Coach Mildred and Kuya Joseph. Maraming salamat, and thank you to our audience. And we'll see you again in our next episode of Your Next Chapter. Bye.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you,
you for
everybody.
hosting. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for hosting, Coach Joseph. Wonderful
Thank you,
evening.
Coach.
Thank you.